Two humorous nurses would like to acknowledge the true custodians of the land in which we record our podcast, the Yorta Yorta people.
We pay our respects to elders past and present and extend our respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders listening today. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
We're so excited for this episode to be sponsored by eNurse. eNurse is Australia's leading one-stop nurse shop. eNurse specialises in everything a nurse or nursing student would need to survive.
From comfortable, stylish and keep you cool under pressure elite hair scrubs to handheld study guides, nursing equipment and even a travel coffee mug for those long commutes.
eNurse will be your new favourite online shop for all things nursing.
Head to www.enurse.com.au and use our code HumorousNurses for a cheeky discount.
Two Humorous Nurses with Kelly and Alisha.
The podcast that encourages podophilia.
Welcome to Two Humorous Nurses, where we plan to bring you funny, informal, conversational chat about all things nursing.
Feet.
Ugh.
You either love them or you hate them. Kelly, are you in the toe sucking camp or
Nah. Yeah,
don't like to suck a toe? It's like when you watch a bit of porn and you see them start sucking the toe and you think, who's benefiting from this?
Yeah, nobody.
Not sure.
Absolutely nobody. Feet are the worst. Like literal.
I don't care for
worst.
feet.
We should put a disclaimer out before we
Trigger
start.
warning.
Yeah, Sarah, who is like hates surprise feet.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot about feet.
I was going to say, I am not averse to feet. Me and my housemates used to give each other foot massages.
Oh,
I really don't give a shit. As long as they're clean, I don't care. I don't look at them and think, ugh. I mean,
I don't mind other people touching my feet.
I'm quite happy. I don't know
Maybe you
about
can give me a foot massage later.
those feet fish in like Indonesia.
I would love to try that.
Yeah,
Maybe
I've
I'll do
never
that
done
when I'm
it.
in Bali.
I'm too worried I'm going to get an infection.
Yeah, but I figure they'll probably die from my feet, not the other way around. Oh my God.
That's great.
Feet are actually really important.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
I just saw something in Reddit. Someone said they'd rather have prosthetic feet. I'm like, I really don't think you would.
No. Doesn't Adam Hill?
Yeah,
not Adam,
his
is
last
Adam
leg.
Hill? Yeah,
Is that
he
him?
has like one
Yeah.
foot.
Is it 1 foot or one leg?
He only has 1 foot. His other foot is fake.
Yeah, I
think it's like below
just
knee.
his foot? Oh,
I think it's just his foot ankle.
Well, that's a leg.
No. Yeah, but he only has 1 foot. We're talking about feet, not legs.
Yeah, I really like his show. Actually.
Anyway, they are basically a flexible structure made up of bones, joints, soft tissue, muscle, ligaments, and everything else. And they let us stand up, right?
Don't you think it's so incredible we can even stand
Yes, with just those
on
feet.
these little feet, like compared to how enormous our bodies are?
Yeah. Especially like bigger people. Like how do we not fall over without
Right.
center of gravity?
Probably why all our backs are fucked.
Probably.
Our body's trying so hard to stay upright.
I know, and we were just talking about this before, but the foot's like one of the most complex parts of the human body. It's made up of 33 joints, 26 bones, and more than 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
that
But you
is-
can imagine, like your feet have got a really
your
big job.
metatarsals. Tarsals.
Is that the only bone you know?
all of them? There's more than one. I know that. And it's tarsals because T for toes.
Of course, it's metatarsals.
Carpals for...
Carpal tunnel in your hands. Yeah, that's how I. Well, I feel like I don't find that incredibly difficult. Is that a challenge for you to remember that it's tarsals or carpals? Oh,
very much
that's
so.
unfortunate.
It's like tibia and fibia.
It's not
fibula.
a fibula.
Fibula
Fuck
is
now.
thin.
When people say it on TV
Tibia
and
is
stuff, I'm like, oh my
thick.
gosh.
I've
call
written
your
here,
hand
I
a
think
foot?
they're super underrated, but I don't like them. Alisha, feet have a lot of problems though, don't they?
They do, yeah. I have a lot of feet problems.
So do I.
My feet are fucked.
My
I've
feet-
had custom
I like my
orthotics.
feet.
I've had custom orthotics since I was 24.
Sucker.
Probably should have had them earlier even. I've got really high arches.
Oh.
I have something called cavovarus feet where basically my feet, because my ankles are so screwed, I walk right on the edges, the sides of my feet because my arches are now so high because my feet are working so hard to stabilize my ankles.
Wow.
And
Overachievers.
now I
there.
have hammer toes because all my tendons are
'Cause
so
you're all
tight.
like-
Yeah, because my feet are literally like
Clamped up.
clawing the ground, trying to make sure that my feet stay they're trying to like gain as much surface area as possible.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then that then causes me to have the beginning of bunions as well.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely got the beginning of bunions.
Apparently,
But I wonder,
60% of women end up
are
with
bunions
bunions.
hereditary? Like, because my mum and grandma, but my grandma
I
told
think
me
feet, like your genetics in general, like my whole family have high arches, but it's just that I hurt my ankles over and over and over and over.
netball kid.
Well, just sport kid.
Yeah.
And so now my feet are screwed, but a lot better since I've had the orthotics. But anyway, enough about me.
Good for
And because
you.
my feet are so screwed, I have such a hard time with shoes. And I've got wide feet now too, because again, my feet are trying to like get as much surface area as possible. So when I get shoes, often I suffer horrifically with blisters, and I wear out the back of my shoes because also the heel of my foot is extending back. So like as I get older, the further back my heel gets. That's something else. I don't know. Can't remember what it's called.
My God.
That has something to do with my like serious lack of flexibility in my calves and my Achilles. Anyway, I'm really complex. I'm glad we're talking about this today.
This is great. I
Yeah.
can't wait to delve into.
Anyway, so the first one, I'm going to go through some of the most common foot problems, right? Mm-hmm. And these are things that we'll see a lot, but I mean, we don't always treat them as nurses, but interesting anyway. Athlete's foot, probably a misconception.
Yes.
Not often, I mean, probably athletes do get it, but often it's people who aren't athletes.
It's usually just people that are camping.
It's just George Costanza people, like type people. People out camping. Just
Camping.
people.
Just people.
People who don't wash.
People
So-
who share bathrooms.
athlete's foot is actually, I think it's like candida. I think it's a fungal, highly contagious fungal foot infection that thrives in warm and damp areas. And you can get athlete's foot by exposing your feet to the fungus or contaminated surfaces. So like using showers in the gym, not wearing your thongs.
So what? You probably didn't look this up, but how does it present? Just like grossness between your toes?
It's like a red itchy skin rash, kind of like it's just like I think it's the same germ as like ringworm and like thrush, jock itch. All of that is candida. People can get it all over their body. Yeah, but I think just when it's on the feet, it's called athlete's foot. I think the other word is tinea, isn't it?
Tinea. Oh yeah, tinea.
Tinea.
Yes. Okay. Tinea.
Yeah, so you can get it from pools, walking around barefoot, wearing shoes that are warm or damp just because the bacteria can grow, and wearing socks or shoes worn by someone else with the fungus. I always think twice when I see, like occasionally I'll go to the op shop and see if someone's donated some really nice, little girls' clothes and stuff. And often, you see the shoes there and I think...
It's like buying underwear from an op shop. Absolutely not.
Who's buying these shoes? Like I know that some people would really need them, but I think and also when they're putting them out on the shelf, are they thinking,
Are they clean?
well, often I
suppose
don't know,
they
have
are.
they been washed? Like I don't know.
I don't know.
Curious.
Curious
So if
stuff.
you're buying shoes from the op shop and you get tinea, maybe
Tell them.
yeah, let them know. Another one's bunions, which we touched on earlier. A large bump develops on the big toe joint, causing the toe to turn inward. So that's when you often see it in
The
like
big
old
toe
women.
over the top of the first toe.
Yeah, or they're both pointing. It says the toe to turn inward.
Yeah,
but I think
but
the toe
it turns inward over the top of
over
the other toe, because
yeah.
the bunion comes out the side. Because I remember
So I
my
would say the
grandma had
toe
to wear a
turns laterally.
spacer.
Yeah,
Had to wear a spacer between her big toe and her
straighten
first
it
toe.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she used to get massive calluses on her toe.
They almost end up getting like penguin feet, kind of, because
Yeah.
the toe just turns
Yeah.
so far. I want to say laterally, not medially. They turn laterally.
Yeah, inward.
Yeah, but that's outward to me.
No, outward is like out. Like that's
If
inward.
these are your feet, okay, Kelly and
That's
I are having a
inward.
full-on visual discussion here.
If you turn
with
your
our
foot
hands.
inward, yes,
But if you're turning your toe
in,
in towards each other, it's
no,
in.
No, it's not. Fuck.
Okay.
Anyway, and let's just move on.
Okay. Causes of bunions include wearing tight and or narrow shoes, having a family history.
Oh,
there you
there
go.
you go.
They are hereditary. I forgot
Thanks,
about
Grandma.
that. If you've got rheumatoid arthritis or polio.
Oh, God, imagine that you get polio and then you get a bunion later. You
What's
barely walk
worse?
because of the polio, but
But here's your bunion.
here's your
It's
bunion.
a consolation prize. So you get a bump on the side of your big toe, tenderness around the big toe, difficulty moving the big toe, and pain in the big toe when walking or running. And treatment is wearing properly fitting shoes and using a bunion pad.
Or surgery to shave the bunion down.
Shave the bunion down and then get a K-wire all the way up your toe.
Yeah, they break it back out a little day
Seen
later.
that, yeah.
That's what my grandma ended up doing that in the end because she actually kept losing her balance.
Ooh.
Because her big toe was like pushing all her other toes out of whack. So it was like making her off balance.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Gross.
What's the next one?
I mean, it's not gross. I really couldn't give a shit. Actually, I will say the
I don't
grossest...
think a bunion's gross.
No, not at all. I just said
I think
gross.
feet are gross. A bunion on a feet, that's a bit cute.
I'll talk a bit later about a gross foot that I've seen. Another one's gout. See this a bit in the hospital. I think.
Yes.
Gout is a foot condition that primarily affects your big toe due to a buildup of uric acid within the body. I had a girlfriend who was in like stage 4 or 5 kidney failure, and she was like prepping for dialysis and stuff. And she had this condition where her body would just she couldn't regulate the amount of uric acid in her body, so it would just build up and build up and build up, and then she would have like horrific gout. This poor girl. She was like my age. Anyway, she's got a new kidney. She's fine now. I've talked about her before on the podcast, I think. Yeah. So I've like seen firsthand living with someone with gout. Like it's awful.
Cam's dad gets gout really bad.
It's horrible.
Oh, and he's like...
It's so painful.
Yeah, so painful.
We used to have a patient in the hospital who used to get awful gout.
Just horrible.
A frequent flyer. Gout. The causes of blood. The causes of gout include blood disorders, what
is it?
Shut up, metabolism.
I can say that
Shut
word.
up. I'm starting again. Blood disorders.
I'm not cutting it out. You're going to have payback sometimes.
you.
Metabolism.
Metabolic disorders, kidney disorders, thyroid disorders, drinking too much alcohol, smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Certain foods such as red meat, salt and shellfish,
And
dehydration.
tomatoes. People swear that tomatoes increase the acid.
Well, it's quite
not Roma tomatoes though.
Not Roma.
No,
Are they less acidic?
apparently. Anyway,
Someone, if you experience gout, let us know about the Roma tomato theory. Certain medications like diuretics and obesity, which I didn't know.
symptom for everything.
And symptoms is pain, intense pain, and swelling. Lots of pain.
Pain. I like how you've got pain in your big toe, intense pain in your joint, swelling of your big toe.
Yeah.
Just a fucked up toe.
The thing about gout is like even the weight of a sheet can be like excruciating on the joint. Treatments for gout include lifestyle changes like losing weight, quitting smoking, etc., dietary changes, and taking NSAIDs, ibuprofen, aspirin, naproxen. I don't know what else they use. They use
allopurinol.
Yeah, allopurinol and colchicine.
Yeah.
Corticosteroids as well to reduce inflammation. And there you go. Medications to reduce or eliminate uric acid.
Yep.
I love that one of those drugs, I can't remember whether it must be colchicine. Keep taking it until you get diarrhea and then stop. That's basically like the rule. Poor people.
Yeah.
Imagine being that patient. Oh, okay, yep. So I'll just keep going until I'm
and imagine like you're in the world of pain on the couch with your toe that you can barely walk on.
And you got to run to
diarrhea. You'd soon forget about your joint. Maybe that's how it works. The next one is like the worst one, I reckon.
Oh yeah, I
can't even watch these videos on
I do not watch these videos. No. And we're talking about ingrown toenails. Ingrown toenails. I've had one once, and it was so painful. I couldn't function.
So I ripped my big toenail off many years ago. Cam and I were moving a giant TV, like those big heavy ones that we used to have. Anyway, I sort of put it down and lifted it up, and it ripped my big toenail off. And when it grew back like really narrow, and so it constantly gets on the verge of having an ingrown toenail. So every like few months after I've had a shower, I like hack out the corner of it. Oh my God. So I know it won't get ingrown because I cannot handle.
Sometimes hacking out the corner can actually make you more likely to get an ingrown toenail. Did you know
Well, it prevents that because I actually take out the like they do on the shows.
Take the wick out.
Yeah, pull it out. Yeah, it's so painful.
Oh my God,
and I have to
Kelly,
physically
no.
trick myself. I like get the tweezers, so I get the I trim it up with the scissors, and then I get the tweezers, and I'm like on the count of 3, and on 2 I rip it out.
Oh my God, I feel sick.
Yeah, because otherwise it will get like really ingrown, and like I've had to go to a doctor, and so now I'm like, no, I know when it's about to like
Oh my God,
hit
no.
that. Yeah,
You give yourself like a little Zadek.
yeah.
If I pull the wick out of my little toe, like it's the most fucking painful thing.
So painful.
Oh my God, no.
But it's less painful than a full blown ingrown
you're
toenail.
right.
Does that make me brave? Or stupid?
It's debatable. We'll put it up for the podcast to vote. Causes include ill-fitting shoes, trauma to the nail.
There you go.
Do you know, I got my ingrown toenail because I stepped too close to my mother-in-law's couch and like dragged, this is so weird, dragged my like toenail downwards. So like I don't know how to explain it. I just stepped that bit too close and my foot was on the up going down.
Yeah.
And then caught my toenail and like pulled it right up and back. I'm like,
yeah. Ow.
oh man. Family history of ingrown toenails. That's interesting.
Genetically.
Gross. See, feet are like, that's gross.
Gross.
It's gross that like someone else's fucked foot thing becomes your fucked foot thing.
I know, how rude.
That's shit. My sister gets them really bad. She's had to have a double bilateral Zadek.
Oh, God.
Symptoms of ingrown toenails: pain, redness, swelling, and it hurts. And it's right on the side of your nail. And you can prevent and alleviate them by keeping your feet clean and dry. There you go, Kelly. Don't pull your fucking wick out. Just keep your feet clean and dry and wear shoes that fit properly. If the nail becomes infected or the pain doesn't subside, visit a podiatrist.
I really do need to go to a podiatrist.
They're amazing. I fully rate them.
I really need to. Maybe I'll do that.
They're doing God's work, those people.
Yeah.
The work of people that don't want. That's like dentists. Like I can't handle
Well, I won't go to a dentist, but maybe I'll go to a podiatrist.
I need to go to the dentist. I need to go to the podiatrist too. I need to go fucking everywhere. I'm going to go see a dermatologist. My God. Got all these problems.
Getting old.
God. Corns and calluses. I've had a corn.
Corn.
Have you had a corn?
Tastes
It's
like
so painful.
corn.
All these feet problems are painful.
I actually don't think I've had a true corn, but I get
have.
calluses.
And you have to get the core out of it. Oh. Yeah. And it fucking hurts. Soccer. My soccer boots. See, this is why you just don't play sport. I used to get corns from my soccer boots, and because soccer boots are traditionally like quite narrow and I have really wide feet. And it would be like this hard little, like it's like you've got a rock in your toe.
Oh, so there's actually something in it.
No, it's not.
just like a callus.
No, it's like a callus, but that it gets so hard in the core.
Did you have to put like one of those little donuts
Yeah,
on
I
it?
did.
Oh.
And you have to do this like corn treatment. So you put like this cream on and then cover it with your little donut. And you do that for like a period of time, like maybe a week. And it softens it right up. And then it comes with this little tool. It comes with this little tool so you can literally like pick off. It's like picking off a giant scab. And out comes this like this corn. And then it's like sweet relief.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
this is a great episode for me. I've got so much to talk about.
it's really up your alley. No wonder you were so excited.
I really wasn't. I was like, this is going to be boring.
Actually, yeah, but then you were like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Now look at you.
So they're small, thick, round sections of your skin that are usually located on your toes or the bottom of your feet.
Oh my God.
And calluses are rough patches of skin. I've actually had calluses too.
No, I get calluses on my hands.
They're usually found on the heel. I get mine on the ball of my foot, usually from running. The difference between the two is that calluses are bigger than corns and typically yellow.
Yeah.
While different in appearances, corns and calluses have similar causes and symptoms. So the causes, so often people will get like corns and calluses on their bunions because they
rubs.
Yeah, and they're protruding. Ill-fitting shoes again, not wearing shoes, having hammer toes or having bony feet. And they're generally painless, but the corns, they can both be painful if you leave them untreated. Corns can be treated with corn plasters, which is the like
cute.
I said, and
They sound really cute.
corns.
I'm going to Google one. Yeah, keep talking.
Oh, the corn Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little donut in a Band-Aid.
Corn fritters. Nope. Corn feet.
I love corn fritters.
Me too.
Treat calluses by soaking your feet in.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Are you right now?
Yeah.
Is everyone else caught up?
Ew.
What?
There's just a lot of feet pictures.
Treat calluses by soaking your feet in warm water for 20 minutes and then gently rub the calluses away, which I used to do. I used to like soak my feet and then I bought the Body Shop like feet
Grater?
repair kit thing. I did not get a grater.
I
Okay,
have
that
a
makes
foot
me
grater.
feel sick.
Amelia cleaned out our bathroom cupboard the other day. I paid her for it.
A grater, like the egg, like the pet egg.
Yes,
Oh
pet
my
egg.
God.
And she's like, what is this, Mum? I was like, oh, that's what I used to grate my heels. And she's like, ew, I'm touching that. I said, look, it catches the like skin in the bottom of
You
it.
didn't clean out the other one. Did you open it and there was all dead skin in there?
No, I always emptied it into the toilet. But I was like, don't throw that out. I'll need that.
Oh my God. Gross. No, I just have a pumice little stick. Like a scrub stick. That was so good, especially when I was pregnant
In the
with Ollie.
shower, just like.
Or in the bath. Yeah, and I had like, so it was like a peppermint scrub that you'd put on your feet and then I'd get the pumice stick and just scrub the fuck out of it. And then you have beautiful, although my feet have never been good, like cute. They've always been gross. Diabetic neuropathy. Diabetic neuropathy is a group of foot conditions caused by diabetes. And diabetics are more likely to have fluctuations in their blood sugar and are thus more prone to foot-related issues as well. Causes of diabetic neuropathy. The main cause is damage to the nerves of the feet. But
Well, that's what neuropathy is. Isn't it?
yeah, but injuries or lifestyle factors such as smoking can also contribute.
We obviously, in oncology, our treatment gives our patients peripheral neuropathy, so and get it in their feet, and they can get it. And I suppose with diabetics too, you get it so the loss of sensation so bad it can actually make the falls risk.
Oh,
for
absolutely.
them.
I could see that. It's like when you've got a numb foot and you're walking around, you can't even...
My auntie who went through treatment, cancer treatment, she got quite bad peripheral neuropathy in her feet, and she was like, I love it because I can wear all my fancy Jimmy Choos and stuff and not be in any pain. I was like, you'd be like tottering out like a baby giraffe. You just can't feel your feet.
Does it resolve?
Sometimes it does, but it can take a long time.
Yeah.
And if you let it get too bad, no.
Interesting.
I have quite bad neuropathy in my hand actually. Goes down my arm and my hand, like it wake me up in pain at night.
Oh, God.
I really need to go to the physio and get my neck sorted out. It's coming from my neck.
That happens to me when I fall asleep with my arms above my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I wake up and I have my arms like...
I get it from when I type and when I hold and when I drive. It's so bad.
When you hold like
pen.
I once saw a patient with diabetic neuropathy who'd fallen asleep with his foot up against the heater
Oh shit.
and his foot basically like
burn.
melted off his bones.
It's really bad.
Really bad.
Like even in the early, like in like healthy people who have diabetes or type 2 diabetes, they're like, go and see a podiatrist.
Yeah.
You need to get, because you can't feel when there's something going wrong. And if you
Yes.
can't see the bottom of your feet, like you're an old
Yeah, of course.
person or something, that's why
I
you
don't
should
even know
never
if I
trim.
can see the bottom of my
You
feet.
should like, you should never trim patients' toenails.
Nope.
Like don't do it. Don't even if they're like disastrous claws, like just don't do it.
Definitely don't then.
Oh God.
Symptoms include numbness, tingling, pain in the feet, loss of sensitivity in the feet, burning sensation in the feet, and problems walking. And the treatment is to maintain healthy blood sugar levels. That's like the best, the best treatment. Other treatments include like exercise, quitting smoking, and taking medications prescribed by a podiatrist or a doctor. Doesn't I think I must have seen this came from a podiatrist website, like my info. So it's all like go and see a podiatrist. But actually, I do think like the amount of patients I see in the urgent care, and I'm like, when was the last time you saw a podiatrist? Because what the fuck's going on with your feet?
I know.
Like, no. And they could be, and they've been an unstable diabetic for 20 years. And, I probably should go and see the podiatrist.
You should. Absolutely.
After a long shift on your feet all day, do your feet and legs ache?
Do your feet feel as unsupported as a short-staffed shift?
Are your work shoes as old as Kelly?
Hey, maybe it's time to treat yourself to a new pair of supportive, comfortable, slip-resistant work shoes from eNurse.
With a trusted brand such as New Balance, Skechers and Nursemates, you're sure to find your perfect new work shoes.
Head to enurse.com.au and use our code HumorousNurses for a sneaker discount. See what I did there?
eNurse, your one-stop nurse shop. Love our nurses.
Right. Fast, fun, fact, feet. Fun, fast, feet, fun. Fast, fun, feet, facts.
Fuck. That was a lot. Okay. The average adult feet sweat a cup a day.
That, I believe, because I have the sweatiest fucking feet in the world.
Is that so bizarre?
That's a lot of sweat, though.
Where does it go?
It goes into your moisture wicking socks.
No, what if I'm just wearing my sandals?
Well, it probably
does it
don't,
evaporate?
I mean, you probably don't lose a cup every
Is the
day.
rain really people's feet sweat that's just evaporated into the sky?
into the atmosphere? Gross. But I had really smelly feet when I was a kid.
Same. I did when I was a teenager.
Stinky,
rotten.
but not anymore. Like my feet don't smell anymore. Probably because
me
I am
neither.
I wear socks now.
Although Mick did tell me the other night that my feet smelled.
Honestly though, just
Randomly.
block your nose.
I'm like, well, it's an 8-hour shift. Fuck off. I don't tell you. Your feet stink.
Fuck off. You can use your big toe or any toe really to replace. Well, your big toe can replace your thumb if you lose your thumb.
That is outrageous.
When Amelia was little,
It makes
she used
sense
to call.
though. Your thumb's not that big.
No, and it only has the one joint. Or one joint.
Well, is
And
that,
does
is
your
that
big toe have a
considered your
joint?
thumb?
Yeah, but okay, 2 joints.
Would they leave that? They'd leave
Nah,
that
they
joint.
take it. They cut it at that
the
joint.
proximal joint.
I don't know those terms. I didn't go to uni. Amelia, yeah, but I did it like at home. Before the pandemic, we too did online learning. Amelia used to call her big toe her thumb toe,
That's so cute.
and her ankle her foot wrist. And then I love that you never you don't correct them because it's just too cute.
Yeah, well, Ollie calls her toes her piggies because we do this little piggy
yeah.
went to market.
I want to read this next one out too.
Okay.
Foot cheese is an actual thing.
It's fucked.
You can make real cheese from the bacteria from the foot sweat.
That reminds me.
Cheese.
Do you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of on Afterlife, that woman who made bread out of her vaginal yeast.
Sourdough. In Ireland, they hold a foot cheese exhibition.
No.
In 2013, and it featured several varieties of foot cheese as well as varieties evolved from belly buttons and armpits. It says, yum.
No, are people tasting these?
Well, it said, don't worry, the exhibition didn't feature a tasting room.
But is anyone? Oh my god, I feel so sick. No.
I'm going to try.
This is the first time I've actually felt physically ill by something we've talked about. Belly button cheese. Do you know, for like in theatre now, it's like a common practice to do like
Clean your belly button.
umbilical prep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I
always
don't know how
did.
old that is.
Yeah.
But God, some people, the things you get in their belly
That's
button.
disgusting.
So anyone, if you're going in for laparoscopic surgery, clean out your fucking belly button. Gross. Otherwise, the surgeons will be collecting it to make cheese. Toe wrestling is a competitive sport. I need to actually watch like a video of this. Toe wrestling has been a thriving sport in several countries since
Thriving
1970, complete with the men's and women's division,
God.
and a toe wrestling world championship. In this sport, opponents attempt to pin and hold down their opponent's bare toes for 3 seconds.
Best 2 out of 3 rounds wins. Oh my God. We flirt with our feet. And when I say we, only women.
I don't
Apparently
know
men
that I
don't.
do. What do you undress, like undo their belt with
Well,
your
it
feet?
says, when it comes to flirtation, feet can reveal our feelings. The UK researchers showed that a woman who is feeling flirtatious will position their feet out and away from her body. If she's not feeling the chemistry, she'll cross her legs or tuck her feet beneath her. It's like body language, I guess, isn't it? I mean, it's not, I wouldn't call that flirting with your feet. It'd just
that
be
science,
like
really?
legs out and open. I'm willing. Cross them in. Absolutely fuck off.
I guess it's like openness as well. I feel like
Yeah, like you're
arms are
opening
more
up
obvious.
yourself. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. But maybe we'll pay attention to the feet now.
Yeah, maybe. I'll know if you're trying to flirt with me. I'll look at your feet. This one was my favourite. Foot size has no correlation with penis size. A study published in 2015, researchers synthesized data from 17 previous studies that included the penis measurements of more than 15,000 men from around the world. The results, there is little evidence that penis size is linked to height, body mass or shoe size. So it's random. It's luck of the draw. I know.
Of course. Women know that.
Of
Men
course
don't.
we do. Yeah.
They're like, it's as big as my arm.
It's as big from your elbow to your wrist. No, that's your foot. The penis is supposed to be, don't they say it's like your index finger to the bottom of your palm?
Oh, I'd have a small
Decent.
one.
I'd have a nice one.
Whilst you did a lot of research about the, diseases and stuff of the foot, I didn't do much. I Googled weird feet and then regretted it immediately. But I did find that there was a show called My Feet Are Killing Me. Oh. And because I don't like feet, I was like, I'm not going to watch this. But I watched one episode for the podcast. Okay. It was not
That's commitment.
Great. And I picked the one that didn't have like horrible, horrible stories.
What do you mean horrible?
Oh, like not too gross. Like there was one with a mum who was born with 12 toes and 12 fingers. And then her child was also born with 12 toes.
God, she could have been like a fabulous pianist or something.
Yeah, so she was really disappointed that her parents removed her extra toes. And so she didn't actually remove her child's toes.
Right.
But then when he started to walk and started to wear shoes, because it was just like a little dangly one on the end of the foot, it
was
really
it not
inhibited. Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
functional. And it really caused him a lot of pain in shoes and stuff like that. So they decided to remove it.
Yeah.
And she was so devastated by it.
Oh, yeah.
Polydactyly is the term for that. I got that first go.
Well done. You bet you practiced.
Yeah.
What about her fingers?
The kid didn't have 12 fingers.
Oh.
She was born with 12 fingers.
Did they remove that one
Yeah.
too? Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And then there was another one on
No
that.
one would even notice. Like, it would have to be really like...
Yeah.
No one would notice. It's like
No.
on The Simpsons. No one notices they've only got
It's
three
like when
fingers.
people are like, oh, when it was born, I counted and made sure it had 10 fingers and 10 toes. That was not what I was thinking when my kid was born.
Do you know when we had an ultrasound, they do the anatomy ultrasound for your baby. Mick and I look at each other and I'm like, I could not give a shit if she's missing a kidney, any of that shit. Like if it comes out and it's functional, the baby's like functioning, that's good. Like I'm quite happy. We'll take whatever we get.
Yeah.
I honestly couldn't get. If it's got one leg, we'll deal with it. It's okay. It's all good. I was not worried about fingers and toes.
No.
That was the last thing.
I know.
And when she was born, I was like, okay, a girl. Can I have pain relief now?
Yeah.
They're like, don't you want to feed your baby? I'm like, oh, really? Can I wait a bit?
There's also like tons of like not safe for work stories on when I Googled bizarre feet stories, trying to get
Of course.
them. Yeah. Anyway, I found one with a medical student in the US who makes $5,000 a month selling photos of her feet online.
Now that you've said that, I have to interject that when we were researching for this, I Googled foot fetish. I Googled foot fetish and I came up with this website called Feet Finder. And it is a place where people can buy and sell feet content. So it's like an OnlyFans for feet.
Only feet.
Only feet fans.
Well, that's where she ended up starting an OnlyFans because she used to just do it off like Instagram and like people would message her and she would send it, but it got so much she ends up spending 6 to 10 hours a day making her feet aesthetically pleasing.
Amazing.
And actually shooting content.
I love that.
Her online name is Sweet Arches.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so good on her. And she says the photos, like the requests for the photos range from just her feet in different positions or crushing things like raspberries, grapes and cake.
I love that.
And she loves feet herself, so she finds it easy to understand why people request what they do.
Yeah.
And she doesn't do anything, there's no nudity
Sexual.
or anything
Yeah,
like It's literally just feet stuff.
I love that. And I feel like a
another-
foot fetish is a healthy thing.
Look, there's
I'm not here to kink shame anyone.
No, you like feet, you like feet.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't care. I don't care what you do in the bedroom.
No.
Doesn't bother me. I'm not in your bedroom, so.
Yeah, and we watched that show, How to Build a Sex Room. That was
Absolutely,
great.
yeah.
That nearly made me more kinky.
That made me want to build a sex room.
That made me want to be kinky.
Yeah. Just owning.
Love it.
Yep. Here's a different change, but in Canada, I was nearly about to say in Canada. In Canada, 21 feet have washed up on Canadian shores.
Can you imagine just walking around the beach and
Find a foot?
fuck?
So for many years, Canadians have been baffled by feet washing up along the coastline. Authorities conclude that feet came from people who were either killed in accidents or by suicide, and the feet detached during the decomposition process. Canadian coronial investigation 10 years after the first mystery foot washed up ruled out any foul play. Scientists believe
So no one's just chopping off people's feet and dumping them in the ocean.
No Melissa Caddick are happening. Scientists believe that the construction of the modern day running shoe provides both protection and buoyancy and enables the foot to travel greater distances.
So they're all runners.
Well, they're all in runners.
They're all in runners.
Don't run. Feet are often found with many, many miles away from where they first entered the water. And this, actually the Melissa Caddick thing, but these feet in Canada have actually helped in the Melissa Caddick foot investigation.
I don't actually know anything about
Melissa
that.
Caddick is someone who has been done for fraud. She stole a lot of money and then mysteriously disappeared before her trial, and her foot washed up on a shore, but there's all this talk that she hacked her own foot off and she's run away with the
her own
money.
death.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So whether that's true or not, that's allegedly.
Love
but,
a good conspiracy.
Yeah, so there was all this talk about the foot and how it actually, was it from a dead body or not? So there's all this, and it's inconclusive, I think.
Shit.
And another thing, which is going on the wrong side, but there also have been a lot of people charged with sexual assault for attacking women and sniffing their feet.
What?
So a lot of stories that I found were people laying on the floor in libraries and creeping up on people and sniffing their feet and taking their shoes off from under the table.
Fuck.
But then that ranges to actual attacks and choking people down and sniffing their feet.
Sniffing it.
Yeah, and articles include everyone that have been previously from sexual assault charges to college professors. And yeah, imagine your fetish being that bad that you can't help yourself from physically attacking women.
It's pretty outrageous.
That is outrageous.
And what is it about some men that just can't control their urges? Sniff your own fucking feet.
I know,
or pay someone.
That's right.
Get on a channel and get, there'll be people out there that would happily sit there while you sniff their feet for money.
That's right. I mean, give us a
to
call.
my house.
DM me. You can take off my pretty pink Skechers and sniff my feet.
Oh my God, the podcast will take a whole new turn if we have people knocking on our DMs wanting to sniff our feet. I mean, if someone wants to sniff my feet, go for it. Feet are probably the most divisive part of the human body.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But then I feel like it's not an either you love them or you hate them. Some people just don't have feelings about them. I don't have feelings about hands, although I do have feelings about nice, strong man hands. I don't know. When you're single and you look at people, you're like, those hands, them got good hands. I don't look at people's hands anymore because I don't care.
I think though that you do either love them or hate them.
No, I don't think so. I feel like I'm indifferent.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Can't I be a fence sitter?
Yeah, of course you can.
I'm quite happy for people to touch my feet. I'm happy to touch other people's feet, but I don't love feet. I don't look at them and go, feet.
Oh my God, just give me chills. It's disgusting.
My husband will love me trying to make that sound because I cannot do it.
The Homer Simpson sound. You did not do it. Oh, shit.
But I don't know. Don't send us unsolicited foot pics. Dick pics, yes. Foot pics, no. Foot pics, no. No, I really
Vagina
don't
pics?
want the dicks
Okay.
either.
Why,
Don't
why
send us
limit it?
anything. Fuck off. The DMs are closed. But do send us your favourite feet stories. Oh, I didn't say my favourite foot story.
Go then.
I had a patient who was a type 2 diabetic on insulin and took off his shoe in front of me and the toe came off.
Yes, we
and
all
the
had one of them.
pus basically just poured out of his foot.
Oh, nah, love
Shocking. And then he was surprised when I said, you probably won't be going to work tomorrow. And he went, what? no, I have to go to work. And I said, you'll be lucky to keep this foot. So let's just take it one day at a time.
Do you think
won't be going to work tomorrow.
taking your shoe on and off, do you think, or just been leaving the shoe on?
To be honest, the state of that foot was horrific.
Yeah.
Not sure. But awful. I don't know what happened, but I haven't
There's
seen him
nothing
again.
better than when you like
He
have
might have
been
died. I really
bedding
don't
up a toe or a few toes, like necrotic toes, and you just bedding them up so they dry out.
Oh, it
but
wasn't
then when
necrotic.
you bring a student in and they're like, and you surprise them when you take it off, and they're like, it's like decaying on the end of their feet, and you're like, be really careful, the toe might fall off. And I'm like, it's like the little umbilical hub on a baby that dries out, it's gonna fall off. And like the look on there, I love it.
No,
anyway,
this foot
it's been
was
a long
like
time since I've seen that.
acutely,
Gross.
horrifically infected.
Oh,
yeah,
poor man.
awful. Yeah, it was awful, and I think it just really had no insight, and it was just
No,
putting it
course.
off.
And
And
it
probably
probably
had neuropathy, and
Absolutely,
really-
he wouldn't have been able to feel it.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I think diabetics think that
Of
often
course.
it's not that bad
No,
because they don't
can't
have
feel
pain.
it.
And
yeah. And if you don't have pain, you don't think it's that bad.
no, of course.
Great story. Thanks very much.
Yeah, no worries. I'm really glad to drop that one in.
Follow us on Instagram, Two Humorous Nurses Podcast, and leave us a 5-star review. Do it with your toes if you want. See if you can do it with your toes on your phone.
Challenge.
And email us your toe stories if you've got any. hello@twohumorousnurses.com. That's humorous like the bone. Humerus. We haven't done that in so long.
What do you
I
mean?
realised. Drop the like Humerus.
Haven't we?
No, I feel like everyone's onto it, but I'm like, no, here we go. We're bringing it back. Anyway, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.